Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have swatches for you from the Lost Princess collection by Glam Polish. These are available right now, so in the description box below I will link the Glam site and Instagram page, and then I will link my Instagram page where you can see more swatches of everything from this collection. There are 10 polishes to look at today, and let's go ahead and get started. So first we have A Little Adventure, A Little Rebellion, and this is described as a white crelly with neon and metallic glitter mix. So here's our first coat of A Little Adventure, A Little Rebellion. This does have a good formula, not too thick or too thin. A good amount of glitter comes out and they are easy to spread out across the nail and kind of manipulate them to go on evenly. As soon as you get 3 coats on, you will have a good amount of glitter that kind of spreads out nicely across the entire nail. This is completely opaque in 3 coats for me. You are going to want top coat to smooth this out, give it a nice glossy finish, and removal will be a little bit more difficult. So there's 3 coats. Up next we've got I've Got A Dream, and this is described as a white crelly with shifting metallic and iridescent flakes. Here's our first coat of I've Got A Dream. This one is, again, a milky base. I am going to show you what 2 coats looks like today, but depending on your application, you might want to go for 3. But again, a smooth, easy to work with formula, no complaints. The flakes come out in abundance, and they are easy to spread out across the nail. Just kidding, I did 3 coats. Sorry. It's been a while since I've swatched these. You are still going to want top coat to finish this off. It does dry dull and slightly textured, but removal is easy, so there's 3 coats. Next up we have Oh Great, Now I'm the Bad Guy, and this is described as a berry crelly with gold flakes and black glitter mix. Here's our first coat of Oh Great, Now I'm the Bad Guy. This one is pretty pigmented. I got complete opacity in 2 coats. You do get a good amount of glitter and a great amount of these gold bits out. You are going to want top coat to smooth this out, give it a nice thick kind of lustre finish, and removal on this one is going to require some scrubbing because there is glitter. So there's 2 coats. Up next we have Flower Gleam and Glow, and this is described as a bright yellow crelly with neon and metallic glitter mix. Here's our first coat of Flower Gleam and Glow. This one covers pretty well considering it's a yellow. First off, formula is smooth and easy to work with. I did stop at 2 coats. Depending on your application and preference, you might want to go in for 3. Great amount of glitter. You'll want top coat. Removal is difficult, so there's 2 coats. Up next we have Best Day Ever, and this is described as a bright green crelly with shifting iridescent flakes and a neon pink glitter mix. Here's our first coat of Best Day Ever. This one does have the same kind of formula that Flower Gleam and Glow has, same amount of glitter, but the flakes that are in here really glow from this base. Very smooth formula. Again, you'll want top coat. It does dry dull and textured, and removal on this one is also difficult. So there is 2 coats. Up next we have Eugene, and this is described as a teal crelly with shifting iridescent flakes and ultra hollow glitter. Here's our first coat of Eugene. This one is a little bit sheer on this first coat. I definitely thought it would be a little bit more opaque than it is on this first coat, but it does build up beautifully in 3, and that way you also get a nice dimensional kind of oceanic finish on the nails. Again, a smooth formula, no complaints. I don't think I've ever had any Glam polish that didn't perform wonderfully. You will want top coat. This one is going to dry with some texture because of the larger flakes, but removal on this one is going to be easy. It's not going to be like scrubbing off a glitter. So there's 3 coats. Next up we have Your Birthday Was Last Year, and this is described as a light blue crelly with neon, glitter mix, and gold flakes. Here's our first coat of Your Birthday Was Last Year. This one is pretty sheer on this first coat, but it does have the same kind of formula that the lime green and the yellow had. Smooth and easy to work with, 2 to 3 coats depending on your application, a good amount of glitter, very smooth formula. This is completely opaque for me and 3 coats. I would recommend top coat. It is going to dry with some texture and removal will be difficult because of the glitter, so there's 3 coats. Up next we have At Last I See the Light, and this is described as an indigo acrylic with fuchsia flakes and gold flakes. Here's our first coat of At Last I See the Light. This one is a little bit more sheer on this first coat again than I would have hoped, but it does give that nice dimensional look when it is fully opaque. The gold bits that are in here are really, really beautiful, and they stand out so nicely against this base, and I love the inspiration behind this one and can totally see it. So there's 2 coats. Up next we have Alright Blondie, and this is described as a lilac acrylic with shifting iridescent flakes and gold flakes. Here's our first coat of Alright Blondie. This one is a little bit sheer on the first coat. That is to be expected. It is a lighter color. Again, these gold little bits that are in here are really beautiful and they do stand out nicely, and the iridescent flakes that are in here are also very apparent. This one's opaque in 3 for me. Again, I'd recommend top coat, but removal on this one is easy. So there's 3 coats. And lastly for today we have I'm So Glad I Left My Tower, and this is described as a hollow base with fuchsia flakes and gold flakes. And here's our first coat of I'm So Glad I Left My Tower. A little bit sheer on this first coat. I think 2 to 3 would be fine. I think this one has so much happening in it that you could definitely get away with 2, have a little bit of visible nail line, and nobody would notice it. This one is going to dry dull, so I'd recommend top coat. Removal isn't difficult as far as like a glitter is, but it is very messy to remove. So there is 3 coats. So it was really hard for me to pick a favorite. Tangled is one of my favorite Disney movies, and I thoroughly enjoyed and saw the inspiration behind every single one of these polishes, but I think I'm leaning towards Eugene to be my favorite. The flakes that are in here, the oceanic-y base, I see Eugene, I see the shifty. I think everything works together really well in this, and I also think this would look really beautiful with a matte top coat, so I think Eugene is my favorite, but they're all really, really good. And guys, that is it. Let me know in the comments what you thought of these polishes. Let me know if you plan on picking any of them up, and let me know what your favorite was. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I will talk to you again next time.